Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Las Vegas Flamingos expansion franchise here on NBA 2K24. That is right, we return to the franchise, and if you missed the last episode, there is a spoiler on your screen right now. We played the entirety of the playoffs last episode. We had a 4-1 series win over the Sacramento Kings in the first round, a 4-1 series lead against the Anchorage Blizzard in the second round, a 4-1 series win over the Hawaii Hanu in the conference finals, and a 4-3 Game 7 victory over the Montreal Islanders in the NBA Finals to take home our first ever championship in franchise history and our first ever playoff appearance as well. It's amazing. You love to see it. It was not an easy road. As you can see, we lost at least one game every single series. It was not an easy road to get there, but Jokic gets Finals MVP, and the boys got the job done. Now, today's episode will deal with the off-season. I have no idea what's going to happen with this off-season, but I can't be more excited about it. Let's get started. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's start this off-season. Here we go. Player retirements. LeBron James has called it a career, or so he thinks. He's been overturned. He's coming back. Rudy Gay, Al Horford, Thaddeus Young, Mike Conley, or so he thinks. JaVale McGee, George Hill, Nicholas Batum, Jeff Green, Eric Gordon, Derrick Rose, or so he thinks. Wesley Matthews, Patty Mills, Danny Green, Serge Ibaka, James Johnson, DJ Augustine. A lot of legendary, well, not legendary players. Isaiah Thomas, or so he thinks. A lot of guys that I grew up with are all calling it a career. Very sad. And that'll be the that'll be the player retirements. I don't think there's going to be any Hall of Fame players because I took away the Hall of Fame player in LeBron James. Greg Popovich has called it a career. So has Rick Carlisle. Very interesting. So no more Popovich in San Antonio. Hall of Fame inducted. It would have been LeBron, but I told him to not retire. Jersey retirements. We're not retiring any new jerseys because we just started. But that is what that one was. League meetings. No new deals. I'm not going to accept anything, so we're going to take all that out of the way. And league realignment. I've already done most of the realignment. We've got the Grizzlies in the East. We've got the Thunder back down in the Southwest where they should be. I don't think there's any other team that needs to get changed. Maybe there's a team. No, I don't think there's a team that needs to be switched. I think everybody is pretty much as good as you can get it in terms of just geographical location. Although I'd like to have the two Canadian teams in the same the same division. So who could we change here? Who's more central for this? Who could go up to the Atlantic or who could go down to the Central? The Knicks need to be in the Atlantic, so do the Nets, the Celtics, Baltimore, and Philadelphia. I feel like all those teams deserve to be there. Cavs are central, Bulls are central, Bucks are central, Pacers. All these teams are central as well. I guess you could consider the Pistons to be Atlantic? Possibly? That'd be the biggest. That'd be the closest you could get it. Who's the most central team here? Philadelphia? I guess Philadelphia is probably the most central team. Or maybe Baltimore? Is Maryland more central than Philadelphia? I don't know. I don't think so. I think 76ers and the Pistons need to be swapped. Or not the Pistons, the Raptors. So that we can have the two Canadian teams. It just makes the most sense. The two Canadian teams in the same conference. So the 76ers come down to the Central. The Raptors will switch with the Sixers. And the Islanders will stay in the Atlantic, obviously. So the two Canadian teams, it just makes more sense. The Canadian team should be in the same the same division. They're in Canada. They should be in the same division. So the two Canadian teams now play in the same division, and the Sixers now play in the Central. That'll be the only thing. I think that's the only thing I need to change. Obviously, all these teams should be in the Northwest, except for maybe Minnesota. They don't really have a place, though, because they're not Pacific, are they? No, they're not Pacific. They're more Northwest than Pacific. Yeah, I think that's good. Everybody will stay where they are, except for the Raptors now move to the Atlantic, and the Pistons move to the Central. Or the 76ers move to the Central. And now we've got the draft lottery. This is going to get pretty crazy. This is pretty darn crazy. We do not have a spot here. I don't think any of the relocation teams have a spot in here, but that's okay. Who's getting the number 1 overall pick? The Suns at pick number 20. They will stay there. Okay. Number 19 is the Dallas Timberwolves, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they stay at number 19. Number 18, the Wizards have the best odds to be at 18, and they will stay at 18, thanks to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 17 is the Dallas Mavericks. Will they stay at number 17? They will. Dallas stays at 17. Portland Trailblazers at 16. Stay at 16. All right, 15 is the New Orleans Pelicans. Will they stay at 15? They certainly will. So nothing has been changed. It's all chalk right now. Atlanta at 14 stays at 14. Now we're into the good stuff. Number 13 is the Rockets. They will jump. The Knicks, thanks to the Dallas Mavericks, have jumped to, or fallen to 13. Wow. The Rockets move up. Our first huge change. The Raptors stay at 12. Our first huge change. That's crazy. Pistons have the best odds and they stay at 11. Now we're into the top 10. The Orlando Magic at number 10. They move. They're in the top 4. The Sixers have fallen. Oh, the lottery's getting crazy now. And now the 76ers, could they have back-to-back? No, they jump up. The 76ers fall, and then they jump back up. Oh, my God, this is crazy. The Jazz are at number 9 now. The Denver Nuggets. It's getting wild in the lottery. The Nuggets stay at 8. Number 7 is the Wizards. They stay at 7. So they have 2 top 20 picks. Good for them. And technically, all 20 of those picks are lottery picks now. The Celtics have fallen to number 6. The Hornets have jumped up. The Raptors are here. They already have pick number 12. And they will have pick number 5 as well. Number 4 is the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets will jump to the top 3. Oh my God, the Magic have fallen. The Rockets, the Hornets, and the Spurs. The Rockets fall to 3. So it's the Hornets and the Spurs for the number 1 overall pick. Who's going to get it? The Spurs, the Charlotte Hornets have gotten the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. Absolute insanity here in the NBA lottery. Wow. The Charlotte Hornets go crazy. We have pick 36 in the NBA draft because we won the championship, and that's our only first-round pick. But it's just craziness what just occurred. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Absolute insanity. All right, are we going to fire our head coach? I think we'll keep Milan Mack, I feel like, unless there's somebody awesome. I mean, we could obviously go for like Mike Mustafa or something, but... Ooh, Nick Nurse is also here. That could be pretty fun. I mean, we've got Milan Mack. I think he's fine. We just won a championship with him, so we might as well just keep him. So we'll keep him here as our head coach. And we'll go to the NBA draft. The NBA draft. I don't know even what the... Did I put a class in here? I think I might have. Yeah, I did. Dior Wright, Jimbo Jackson, Tevin Wilson, Mario Ellington. Okay, so we got a class in here. I don't know how good we scouted. We have not that good of draft pick. The pick 36, but that's okay. Because we don't really need draft picks. We got Jokic, we got Halliburton, Zion, Ingram, McCollum. I could use a better shooting guard other than CJ McCollum, but he played pretty well this year, so can't be down on him too much. Our bench is not great. That's probably why we lose a few games. We lost a few games because our bench is, we're really top heavy. we're very, very top heavy. But let's get to the draft and see who goes number 1 overall. The Charlotte Hornets have the number 1 pick after winning the lottery, and they will take Dior Wright from Georgia Tech. He will go to Charlotte, 6'3", 220, point guard. Spurs will take Dante McKenzie. Okay, they don't have, what's-his-face, Victor Wembanyama anymore, so they get Dante McKenzie. 2 back-to-back point guards. And Jimbo Jackson heads to Houston. He's from Texas, so he stays in the state. 7 foot, 275. He's a beefy boy. The Magic will take Tevin Wilson, 6'10", power forward from Kansas State. The Raptors are on the clock, and they will draft Mario Ellington, 6'11", power forward out of Kentucky. Tyrese Smith headed to Boston, 6'5", point guard from Wake Forest. The Wizards will take Marquise Allen, 6'6", shooting guard from Texas, so 2 Texas players in the top 10. But no trades yet. Denver Nuggets draft Denny Campbell, 6'11", center from Duke. The Utah Jazz will take Marcus Payne, 6'7", small forward from Florida State. 76ers on the clock now with pick number 10. They take Kevin Kabongo, 6'10", small forward from Duke. The Pistons will take Lamar Carter, 6'9", Tennessee power forward. Number 12 pick is the Raptors. They take Dominic Odom, 6'6", shooting guard from Arkansas. The New York Knicks at pick 13 will select Josh Tillman, 6'5", shooting guard from Auburn. War Eagle. Latrell Cross, 7'1", center from UCLA, selected by the Hawks at 14. 15 is Freddie Hobbs, small forward from DePaul. Number 16 is the Blazers. They will take Tay Benton, 6'9", center from Iowa State. The Mavericks are up next. And finally, our first trade of the draft. They're sending Josh Green in the 17th overall pick to, I'm assuming, the Wizards for Fred VanVleet, a first rounder in 2025. The Rockets get... Oh, the Rockets were the one that traded up. Excuse me. They have Jamari Scott, small forward from Baylor. Okay. The Wizards will take Aiden Dedovic from Bosnia. I don't know how to say his name, but he got drafted in the lottery. Congratulations. The Timberwolves Chase Cassidy out of Virginia Tech. And the final pick of the new lottery, the Phoenix Suns select Melo Jones, 6'5", shooting guard from Tejas Tech. Pelicans at number 21 take Ricky Cruz from the U. The Miami Heat select Tyler Shapiro, 6'8", small forward from Utah. Memphis Grizzlies select Hunter Karanowski, power forward out of Creighton. The Knicks take Lamar Ruffin, 6'4", point guard from Marquette. Naz Barkley, 6'11", UNLV center, going to New Orleans at pick 25. Pick 26 of the Atlanta Hawks, and they will take London Price, 6'4", shooting guard, 6'4", point guard from San Diego State. The Chicago Bulls select Melvin Lindsay, 6'6", point guard from Mississippi. Cleveland Cavaliers at 28 have traded the pick. The Cleveland Cavaliers have traded for the Miami Heat's pick? No, the Charlotte Hornets pick. Okay. The Charlotte Hornets trade into pick 28 to get Scotty Brown from Michigan, shooting guard. Utah Jazz, Donatas Vitas, Washington State power forward. And now we're time for the first expansion picks. The Mesa Dragons take Royal Paris, 6'10", power forward from Arizona. The Islanders, who we beat in the finals, they take Deshaun Cook, power forward from Purdue. The Trailblazers select Juan Santana, power forward from Oregon State. The Blizzard grab Jaden Moore, 6'8", small forward, Tennessee, because he's the only 10 I see. The Baltimore Bullets select Caleb Taylor, 6'4", shooting guard from Oregon. And the Hanu, at pick 35, take Cameron Ray, 6'6", small forward from Arizona State. And now we select, for the first time in franchise history, we have a draft pick. Who's on the board? You've got Isaiah Green. What's these guys' comps? Jamal Crawford, Steve Kerr, Billy McKinney, Glenn Rice is interesting, Tom Sanders, D'Angelo Russell for Dream Lawson, okay, Bruno Ziegler, Jim Paxson, Purvis Ellison, Steve Kerr, Ilgauskas, okay, Patrick Beverly, Elton Brand, Bill Bradley, Antonio Davis. I think the best one available might be Aaron Gordon, Carl Landry. I think the best one available might be that big dog from right here, Dream Lawson. 21 years old, out of Baylor, D'Angelo Russell. He can score inside a little bit. He's really good at the mid-range. A little bit of a three-point shooter. Can't play defense, but that's D'Angelo Russell for you. He's got good athleticism, B-plus potential. I think this could be our guy. The only other guy I would consider is probably you, Roy Laverne from Iowa, because he's got good mid-range and good three-point shooting, decent playmaking. But his potential is not near as good as what Dream Lawson is. I think I'm going to take Dream Lawson, point guard out of Baylor, with the 36th overall pick. Congratulations, Dream. You're headed to Vegas. The first round is completed. And now I'm going to simulate to our next user pick if we have one. We do. We have the final pick of the... Oh, not the final pick of the draft. We have the third to last pick of the draft. Who is even on the board? Avery Johnson. Kendrick Payne is not anybody good. Andrew Wiggins for Miles Murphy. Maxwell. All these guys are kind of trash, if we're being honest. Miro Kazemi. He's Maxi Kleber. I think Miles Murphy might be the best guy. What's his stats look like? B+, B-, B+. At least he's got decent perimeter defense. He's 6'8" at Wichita State. I'm going to take Miles Murphy here. Miles Murphy, his comp was Andrew Wiggins. We'll see if he turns into something. Probably won't, but hopefully he can be a good second-round pick for us. And that is the NBA draft. So Dior Wright's an 80. McKenzie 77, 79 for Jimbo. 80 for Tevin Jackson. 81 for Marquise Allen. Any other crazy ones? Cross at 14 is 79. 78 for Melo Jones. Goes to the Suns. And then our pick is a 72. You know what? Final pick, pick 36. That's not that bad, getting a 72. Our other pick is also a 72. So we drafted 2 72 overalls. I'm not too bad at that. I'm not too mad at that. That's good enough. You're not going to get anybody too crazy in the picks that we had. So we'll sign both our guys, and we have team player options. Okogie has declined his player option. That's fine. That is totally fine. Qualifying offers. We're not going to offer on Joe Wieskamp, I don't think. Probably because we just brought in a guy who's the same overall and a couple years younger. So we'll let Joe Wieskamp go. And now we get to the moratorium period. We obviously don't have any money because we're paying so many guys so much money. If we go to our actual finances, salary cap breakdown, we're paying Jokic, Zion, Brandon Ingram, Tyrese Halliburton, CJ McCollum, all this money. Anna Kongu even is making a lot of money, and Caleb Martin's making a lot of money. A lot of guys are making a lot of money. But obviously we're not going to trade away Jokic. We're not going to trade away Zion. We're not going to trade away Brandon Ingram or Tyrese Halliburton. So all four of these guys are pretty much safe. The only guy that I consider trading is McCollum and down. So maybe we could consider trading one of those guys and maybe finding ourselves a free agent, freeing up enough money, but I don't think we would be able to. We could get Lonzo Ball and Gabe Vincent. We could get Chris Middleton, Derek White, Andrew Wiggins. If we want some good defense, we could get Derek White. Jaime Jaquez could be cool. Hachimura and a first-round pick from the Knicks is not bad. Jet Howard and a first-round pick from the Magic is also not bad. A first-round pick and Duncan Robinson from the Sixers. We could get a Sor Thompson, which is really interesting. CJ McCollum's got decent value, that's for sure. Kevon Looney and then Lonzo Ball again. So, do I want a first-round pick? That's the big question. Do I want a first-round pick? If I go to my future draft picks, we only have our own first. Oh, no, we have Hanu's first-round pick next year. That's right. Forgot about that. So we already have 2 first-round picks in 2025. Do I want another first-round pick, or do I want a player? Because we could get a Sor Thompson. That could be pretty fun. He'd obviously come off our bench because we have Brandon Ingram. But having a Sor Thompson off the bench might be the right idea. And I don't know if we're going to need first-round picks. We're not really in the market for first-round picks. We're in the market for winning championships. So I think I'm going to take this deal. McCollum gets sent to the Pistons. We get a Sor Thompson back in return, a 1-for-1 swap. I'm fine with that. And now the salary cap breakdown. That has freed up a good amount of money, about $20 million, $30 million maybe. A Sor Thompson, he's got the team options for the next 2 years, so we're good on that. The next guy I would consider trading is Cody Martin, or whoever it is, and Mo Wagner. Those two guys, might have to put them in a package deal. So let's find Mo Wagner and let's find Cody Martin. Put them in a package deal. What can we grab in return? So Steven Adams in 2027 first. This might be the spot where we grab ourselves a first rounder because I don't think we're going to get much better. Ooh, Jonathan Isaac in a first-round pick. That might be the go-to pick right there. That sounds pretty good. We get some really good defense with Jonathan Isaac, and we get a first-round pick in 2025. I think that might be the best option. We get Leonard Miller in a first-round pick from the Timberwolves. They were in the lottery this year. But I think I'm going to go with the New York Knicks. We get Jonathan Isaac, who's only got 1 year on his deal, but he's a great defender, and we get a 2025 first-rounder from Detroit. It's unprotected. For basically 2 guys that I wasn't going to pay, I'll take that. Take that all day. All day. But we are paying Jonathan Isaac for a season of $17 million, which is not particularly great, but hey, it is what it is. I like the first round pick better. We also have a $25 million trade exception on CJ McCollum. We should probably trade one of these. We have too many point guards now. Because we have, obviously, our starter in Tyrese Halliburton. But we have Pritchard, Bones, and Dream Lawson. So we don't really need probably both of these guys. Because I'd like to have Dream probably play. So Peyton Pritchard is probably out the door now. He's become expendable. And we need to get another big. Either another center or another power forward. Other than Kuminga. Because I would like to have another actual big guy. So if we pair Pritchard and Bones together. If we pair both of them together, we could probably come away with a nice big man that's an actual big man, like Steven Adams. Or maybe, Bryce Sensabaugh. I know he's not a big man, but that could be just fun because I like Bryce Sensabaugh out of Ohio State. I'm just a big fan of him. So, what's his stats look like? He's got B pluses. He doesn't look like he's that great, which is a little unfortunate because I'm a big Bryce Sensabaugh guy. I could probably find a way to get him without trading these guys. Gafford. Let's see. Malcolm Brogdon. I don't need a guard. Clint Capella in a 2028 first. I don't need a guy that's that expensive. There's Leonard Miller in a first from the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves really want me to trade this, or want me to take this first round pick they have. 6'10" power forward Leonard Miller from the Ignite. He was the third pick in the second round. He didn't play at all this past year. So maybe he's got some promise. He's got good driving dunk. He can shoot the three ball slightly. Just slightly. Not consistently. He's got decent hands. He's not the greatest player in the world. But he might be a decent player for us. Maybe we can turn him into something. And plus we get a first round pick in 2025. I'll take that. We'll do this. Pritchard and Bones head to Minnesota. We get back a decent young talent. Or basically that's just like hoping for the best with him. Hoping he can turn into something. And he's 6'10", so who knows. And he's younger than both the draft picks we just made. So that's kind of cool. Oh, no, he's not. He's right here. He's 20. Miles Murphy's 19. So we have freed up a little bit of money, but obviously not enough to be positive because we have all these contracts that we're paying that we're not going to trade away. The other guy that I would consider trading is Jonathan Isaac, but I'm not going to do that because I want some defense coming off the bench. I think this is a better team. The bench looks a lot better now because we have Thompson, we have Isaac, and we have the two rookies, Lawson and Miller, coming off our bench. I'm fine with that. We don't have a shooting guard coming off the bench, though. That's the only concern. I guess we could turn... Probably not you. Definitely not you. I guess we could turn somebody into a shooting guard. Maybe we don't need Isaac now. Maybe we need a shooting guard. Because all we have really is... We don't have a shooting guard on the roster. Oh, man. I didn't realize we'd have a shooting guard on the roster. Because I traded away McCollum. Interesting. No shooting guards on the entire roster. So maybe we don't need Jonathan Isaac now? Or maybe we don't need Kuminga now? Kuminga's only 21. We got to keep him around. I guess Thompson can play some shooting guard. He's 6'6". Although maybe he can't because he has no shot whatsoever. So what do we do here? We got to trade one of our power forwards. It's probably going to have to be Leonard Miller now that I think about it. Leonard Miller's going to have to get us a shooting guard. Okay, how does he get us a shooting guard? I don't know. But he's going to have to. Leonard Miller, can you bring us a shooting guard? Terrence Mann would not be the worst option in the world. EJ Liddell is not a shooting guard. A lot of first-round picks for him. What about if I paired him... Now we have 4 first-round picks. What about if I paired him with the Hanu's first-round pick? What can we get? We can get Terrence Mann, Amir Coffey. So basically just the same stuff. Seth Curry, EJ Liddell. Do we go for Terrence Mann? We have to give up our own first-round pick, but it's top 3 protected. That's not going to... They're going to just keep that because we're not going to be top 3. So I'm not going to do that trade unless I make my own trade with Terrence Mann involved. But do I want Terrence Mann? How good was he this year? How good was he? He was playing for Baltimore and Milwaukee this year. He had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, he wasn't amazing, but he didn't really get a lot of play time, I don't think. How many games did he actually play in? He played in... Did I pass it? He played in... Where's it at? He played in 35 games. So, I mean, he didn't play in a ton of games. Oh, Terrence. Terrence. What do I do? Who's the shooting guard for the boys? Who's going to be our shooting guard? Jalen Suggs would be cool, but that'd be hard to get. Let's see. Grady Dick. We'd have to give up a Kongwu and a first-round pick. We also get back Kelly Olynyk, but I don't want that. I don't really want to give up a Kongwu. What about... Here's the Terrence Mann. So they just want 2 first... Or they want a first and a second in 2025. They want Jonathan Isaac in 2 seconds or Leonard Miller in a first. Well, this is what I was asking for. Oh, no, they wanted the other first-round pick. This is 2026 first. This isn't even 2025. So we could do that trade. That's not the worst trade in the world. Do I want to do that? Or is there somebody else out there? Jalen Suggs for Brandon Ingram or Tyrese Halliburton. Okay, so they value Jalen Suggs a lot. What about... I mean, they don't need Jaden Ivey now because they got CJ McCollum, but they don't want to give up Jaden Ivey. And then I come back to the Grady Dick one. Think of all the memes I could do with Grady Dick. Let's talk to the Toronto Raptors and see if we can make a deal for Grady Dick. Let's talk to the Toronto Raptors. So we go over here to the Raptors. They've got... Nope, that's not the right guy. They've got Grady Dick. He's only 3-star. If I throw them Leonard Miller, they say we can add the exception, the CJ McCollum exception, but we're giving away a valuable asset. I understand. I'll give you the Hanu's first-round pick. They say they're giving up a valuable asset. I will give you a 2027 first-rounder from... Nope, we can't do that. A 2026 first-rounder from the Blizzard. How's that? They say I'm giving up a valuable asset. Okay. Well, how about a bunch of second-rounders, like this 2026 second-rounder and then this 2027 second-rounder? No? Really? 2 first-round picks and Leonard Miller for Grady Dick is not good enough? You were asking for a Kongwu. I'm not going to give you a Kongwu. I don't think I'd give them anybody else. I want to keep my 2 rookies. I want to keep Jonathan Isaac. I want to keep Asor Thompson. But I need a shooting guard. How do I make this work? 3 first-round picks? I can't trade this one because it was involved in a previous trade. What about if I go just get rid of that setting? I don't know where that's at, though. Team? Is it in team? No. What would it be in? Settings. Is it just in general? Injuries, difficulty, simulation, the ticker, setup, features. Is this it? Would it be in here? No, it's not in that. Tuning slider. Oh, it's in tuning sliders. Here it is. Trade logic. Okay, so let's get rid of recently signed restriction, recently traded restriction, rookie signing restriction. Keep the trade rules on. The stipend rules gone, but everything else will stay on. Okay, so boom, perfect. Now we can trade that 2027 first, and maybe that'll be better than what we were initially giving up. So Grady Dick, we can trade away Leonard Miller. We'll add the trade exception of CJ McCollum. They say no, but I'll give you the Hanu first-round pick from this next year. I'll give you the 2027 first from us. They say no. And I'll give you the 2026 from us as well. So 3 first-round picks and Leonard Miller does not get the job done. Man, they are really stingy, aren't they? And a second-round pick does. I can't give up 4 first-round picks for Grady Dick, can I? Can I really give up 4 first-round picks for Grady Dick? I guess I could. But should I? Do I do this? This is kind of insane. We need a shooting guard. But do we need a shooting guard that bad? I can get Terrence Mann for basically nothing. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we value the draft picks or do we not value the draft picks? Do we value the draft picks or do we not value the draft picks? This one has 1.5 star. Maybe that's a little bit better value. Nope, it's not. What about if I throw in the second round pick now? No. Okay, so it's going to have to be. It might not even go through with 4 first round picks. There's a very good chance it doesn't. But it doesn't. Wow. 4 first round picks, a trade exception for CJ McCollum, which isn't really that big of a deal, and Leonard Miller does not get the job done. We have to give up that trade exception. Wow, Grady Dick is valuable. 4 first-round picks. I know they're not valuable first-round picks, but they're still first-round picks. They're still first-round picks. And Leonard Miller, who's a nice young player, or who has the potential to be a nice young player. And then obviously this trade exception. I wish we didn't have to give up this trade exception, but there's nobody else that I want to trade that is actually worth money. Grady Dick. Why are you being so stingy? The Raptors are being very, very stingy. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. They want Okongwu just straight up. I'm not going to give you Okongwu. They'd also give me a first-round pick. It's top 10 protected, but they give me a first-round pick in 2026. I just don't think I can do that. Why are they being so stingy? Just take the trade that I'm asking you to do. Take the trade I'm asking you to take. Maybe I can trade for another center and then do that Okongwu trade. Is there another center around the league that I could take? Probably not. I mean, Latrell Cross just got here. They're not going to give him up. What about Brandon Clark? No, there's a Okongwu from us. Naz Reid. Is there a center I would even want to replace Okongwu? Marvin Bagley? I'd have to give up Kuminga in a second. Thompson. Gigi Jackson. Kevon Looney, John Collins. You know what? I'm going to do the trade. I'm going to do the Okongwu trade. Grady Dick and a 2026 first-round pick from the Raptors. It's top 10 protected. We give up Okongwu. I guess I have to. I need a shooting guard, and I wanted Grady Dick. So now we have our shooting guard of the future, hopefully, with Grady Dick. But we don't have a backup center now. Now we could turn Leonard Miller into a backup center, I guess. Or we could turn... Actually, nobody else. Nobody else into a backup center, really. Leonard Miller is the only one that we could. So now we need to get a backup center. How do we do that, you ask? We go back and talk to some other team. Who that other team is, I don't know. We probably go back and talk to the team that had Barnes. Or, not Barnes. The team that had Bagley. Where's he at? Here he is. Marvin Bagley. They want 2 first-round picks, a 2025 first-rounder, and a 2027 second. Is that... What pick is that? What's the value on that pick? Hold on. Whose pick is that? It's not the Pistons. Is it the Celtics? It is. So we'd be trading the Celtics first round pick. I don't want to do that. The Celtics could be bad. I don't want to trade that pick. Where's Bagley at? Here he is. Add the trade exception. They want this first round pick super bad. What about if I give up this? This is a lot for Marvin Bagley. I'm not giving up 3 first-round picks for Marvin Bagley. That's insanity. That is actual insanity. There's got to be a center. There's just got to be. Trace Jackson Davis. He's got crazy value. Why? Why does he have crazy value? Is there anybody that doesn't have crazy value? What about Kevon Looney? He can't have that good of value. I guess he does. What was that one pick? It was Leonard Miller in a first. Oh, that's the Celtics first. I'm not doing that. Everybody wants that Celtics first. Can I sign somebody to the minimum? Is that possible? Montrezl Harrell, Tristan Thompson, yikes. I can offer a thing for Cody Zeller, I guess. And it looks like I'll have to match Joe Wieskamp. I wasn't expecting to do that. There we go. I think we brought those guys back now. Yeah, we have Wieskamp, and we have Cody Zeller. Yikes. Okay, the team looks weird. The team looks weird. Let's get to player progression. Player progression. Jokic drops 1. That's weird. Halliburton goes up 2. Zion goes up 4. Thompson up 3. Grady Dick up 1. Wieskamp goes up 2. Miller goes up 1. Okay, so a couple guys go up, but Jokic went down 1. That was weird. He just coming off the MVP too. Kind of strange. Kind of strange. I will go and load in a draft class. I'm not going to do it right now, but I will load in a custom draft class because that's what I did the first time. So heading into year number 2, this is what our roster looks like. Halliburton, Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Jokic, with Kuminga, Thompson, Isaac, Dream Lawson, and Cody Zeller coming off the bench. They also signed Franklin Ntilikina for me. All right, whatever. I'd like to give Miles Murphy a few minutes to play, but I don't think I can. I think we're a championship contending team as long as Grady Dick develops. That's really the thing holding us back. But that is going to do it for the offseason episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.